Hey, this is Garrett Goggin with Golden Portfolio, bringing you another interview today. We've got Benoit LaSalle with Aya Gold and Silver. Thank you for joining us today, Benoit.
Thank you for inviting me. It's always a pleasure to be with you.
Yeah, it's nice to catch up. I haven't talked to you personally in a while, but I've been following the story very closely for years, as you know. And one of the things that I like about Aya is, you started out small, 700 tons a day. You were able to put cash in the bank. You didn't issue many shares over that period. You were able to kind of grow creatively. But now you're stepping up. You raise a little bit of capital. You're building out 2,000 ton a day mill to run at 2,700 tons a day. And then Boumadine's interesting. But the thing that really attracted me to Aya back in the day a few years ago were your drill results at Zgounder, right? Those drill results were crazy, and it's, pure silver. Let me start out with, pure silver, right? You're able to produce Dory bars instead of concentrate. But, does it really matter as far as a producer, whether it's silver or, you're producing lead zinc?
Well, at Zgounder, it's a geological anomaly. It's 100% silver. It's pure native silver. We do not have lead. We don't have zinc. We don't have gold. We around on the property we do have a lot of malachite, so we see a lot of copper, but we have not yet hit a copper structure. We have many targets for additional silver deposits, but it's a pure anomaly. And you're right, it's the best drill results in the world. The grade is off the chart. We have grades going from 2,000 gram per ton to 6,000 gram per ton, and on width of 10 meters, 15 meters. The structure is beautiful. At Zgounder, it's 1.4 kilometer long, and we're still finding extension. It's 700-meter deep, and at the bottom of the structure, it sits on the granite. And when we go to the bottom and we hit the granite, we always have this enriched zone of silver, which is 1, 2, 3 meters thick of accumulation of silver. So it is a very, very nice asset. You're right. The construction is almost done. We're 99% done. We are in commissioning. We The plant was built on budget. That's the beauty of Morocco, is we were able to build the plant for 150 million. Let's give it round numbers here, and it's 2,000 ton per day. New tailings dam, new water system, 85% recoveries of water through the process. So it's an ESG friendly plant, and yeah, we're done. The plant should be up and running for to start normal production early December.
Excellent, and it's basically expanding, 4x. You're going to be operating the 700 tons a day as well, the 2.0 ton a day mill. Now, your cost over the previous quarters, as with the rest of the industry, they've been creeping up a little bit. Your grade has been relatively constant at it looks like at about 230 grams a ton. Now, do you expect that to continue? Do you expect that to improve with the new operation?
So with the new operation, the costs are going to improve. Currently, we're running at about $14.50 cash costs and 17 ASIC. And with the new plant, we should be around, I would say, $8 to $9 cash costs and 11, 12 ASIC. So
Yeah.
yes,
On a
we
per tonnage basis, what does that translate into?
on a per ton basis, the mining costs are $30 a ton, and the processing costs are around $25 a ton.
So your costs are going to be cut in half, basically.
The costs are coming. Well, it's just the denominator is increasing so much. That's the reality. Is rather than and dividing by 1.8 million ounces, we're going to be dividing by 7 million ounces. So it's really, and as you know, a lot of it is fixed cost, and the team that we have, we've also bought a lot of new equipment for underground mining, and the plant is modern. The plant's brand new, so it's fully computerized. It's big, but you don't need a lot of people to run this plant. It's going to run 24/7. So Yeah, the costs are coming down quite a bit.
Wow. So your profits are levered.
Yes, totally. So at $30 silver, let's say an ASIC of $12, you've got $18 margin times 7 million ounces. You're looking at about 132, 135 US, so almost 180 Canadian of EBITDA
180.
million, 180 million EBITDA.
Yeah. Excellent. Yeah. And then, one of the hits on Aya, it's been overvalued for a long time, but, the smart people are able to look ahead, to see this, extra profits from the increased operation hit the bottom line. And those are my favorite sort of companies, the ones that are overvalued. They're overvalued, but people don't understand. The average investor doesn't understand why. It means they got something good going for them. And you got Zgounder, and let me stay with Zgounder for a little bit longer. What levels are you mining at right now? How deep are you? And then when do you think you're going to be able to get down to the granite?
Look, years to get to the granite. It's going to take 7, 8 years, and we're at the very top. We're mining 1925 right now, 1950, and the granite is 400, 500 meter deeper. So we are only mining the first 200 meters of the structure right now, and we are still there for quite a bit of time. And we're developing now lower level. We are developing them right now. So this currently is like a 10, 11 year mine life with only that first structure, which is the main structure that we have. We're looking
Wow.
for additional structure, but this is just on the first structure.
Wow. And then, Morocco is a very interesting place, right? Because it's been overlooked forever. It's never been explored by modern mining techniques. Now you're going into virgin ground versus like Mexico, which has been, mined continuously for thousands of years. And Morocco hasn't been, they got a meter there, right? But modern mining hasn't touched the region in ever.
Ever. You the fault, what's called the Atlas Fault, is 1,600 kilometer long. 65% of that has never been walked by a geo. I mean, it's like things are outcropping. You're seeing it on the ground. Boumadine, we're finding outcropping of the mineralized structure on the ground all around us. It's never been seen. It's never been mapped or walked. So yes, people say, "Oh, Aya is expensive." Well, where do you see a company go from 10 million ounces of MNI to and let's say 40 total MNI and inferred when we took over to now 450 million ounces now? So every time you buy a share of Aya, you have 3.5 million, 3.5 ounces of silver to back you up. And we're spending 35 million a year in exploration. We have 17 drills turning right now. We're drilling 160,000 meters, and we're going to be adding a very large amount of silver ounces this year. Again, where do you know the industry? Where do you see this? You know the
Uh,
industry.
Yeah, never. And that's one of the reasons why I like you. You're a value creator. The industry, there's good actors, bad actors. And I've learned over the years you need to stick with the value creators, especially when they're aligned with a, world-class high-grade deposit. They're just able to squeeze the most to raise $1 of capital and add $10 of value to the company. And the other thing that I really like about, Aya and you being a value creator is the price of gold is down a little bit today, but it's like big deal. You're able to add value whether the price of gold and silver is going higher or lower. And those are the type of companies that I seek to align myself with. Yeah.
Yeah, totally agree. Totally agree. I mean, we like to see a good commodity price, obviously,
Hmm.
but we're still profitable at $22 silver, and we will keep adding ounces because we do have the budget and we have the cash flow to fund our exploration program, and we will, over the next 2 years, we will most likely double where we are right now. That's our goal, is to double the amount of ounces. We're at 450 million ounces of silver equivalent. Well, I always say, the target for us to get to 1 billion ounces of silver equivalent. And it is possible because we have the structure, we have the projects to do that, and we have the country that is willing to support us. You know, the best example is we are at Boumadine. We have 11 drills turning. We have,
Mm.
you can imagine, the government brings power to us so that we can be more efficient. They brought the line. They brought the power line to Boumadine so that we would work faster and better, and we don't need the gensets and we don't need to burn oil. We have power at Zgounder. We have, you know, green power, but this is Morocco. Is they're ahead of the curve. They're ahead of you in doing things so that you can be more efficient.
Wow. So you're not tied up with a lot of red tape and bureaucracy. They're pushing the project forward faster than you are.
They
Uh,
are
what percentage of your employees are Native Moroccan?
99%.
Yeah, there you go. And then let's talk about Boumadine. Like, people look at Aya and they look at Zgounder and they're like, all right, great mine, a little bit overvalued. You just started coming out with Boumadine, a resource there at Boumadine, right? But you've only scratched the surface, and already I do it on a silver equivalent basis, 283 million silver ounces. I show it being 20% of the revenue silver, 58% gold, base metal. Like this is a massive, massive deposit, like 23 million tons already, right?
Yep, it is. It is. And that is on 4.2 kilometer strike,
Yeah.
4.2, going down 250 meters only. The system is open at depth, and we've already identified the system now on 5.4 kilometer.
Yeah.
So the 352 million ounces of silver equivalent was contained in the 4.1 kilometer long structure and 250-meter deep. We have drilled the structure now on 5.4, but we are seeing it on 30 kilometers. We're seeing it on the ground. We've walked the ground and we have the geophysics. So this is of course, world-class asset, once in a lifetime. It will take time. We'll probably drill next year 150, 160,000 meters there. And our goal is to understand how big the system here, but it's like we have all of Colorado or Nevada to ourselves.
Yeah, exactly.
That's
And then, the average grade in Boumadine, I'm calculating, on indicated 450 grams a ton.
yeah,
Zgounder runs at about 230. The average silver mine is less than that at 200. This is double the grade of the average silver mine, which leads to, tremendous economics and profitability.
yep, absolutely, and very large tonnage, and yeah, so we are looking at, we're working on chapters of the PEA, but we need to see how big this is going to be because we have acquired in the last 12 months 18 regional permits that complement our main permit, which, and again, this is a mining permit. Boumadine is already a mining permit. So there's no 2 years, 3 years time delay. We could start building this now.
Damn. And then with Boumadine, like I don't think I receives much value for it yet, but
Agree? Agree?
you start valuing this on a whatever 10,000 ton per day, 20,000 ton per day operation. It's huge economics.
Yeah, it's over a billion NAV.
Yeah, yeah, which is not factored in, your stock price yet because it's
That's right.
still early resource. Yeah, it's amazing. It seems like you have quite an advantage working there in Morocco.
We do, and we're funded, so there's no dilution. We have 130 million shares outstanding at the board. We control directly and indirectly about 47% of that, and we have last financial our cash balance was around 100 million US. So we have the money to complete the construction, to do our drill programs, and to just grow this company to the next level.
And you might be able to build Boumadine with free cash flow from Zgounder.
We will because our bank The EBRD bank is clearly indicated to be there for Boumadine.
Wow.
Morocco is bankable, so the local banks also would be there. The
Okay.
government has a grant program on capex, so they have a grant program. So we'll be able to get 10 to 20% grant on our capex, and we'll have to come up with 20% of the capital, which we will have from free cash flow.
Okay. And then the only hit on Boumadine, right? It's refractory, so you need some sort of special processing.
We do 50% of it is. So 50% is free floating, easy to get, and not complicated. So you can get 50% of the silver, 25% of the gold without any issue. So that in itself is already a good project. In itself, we could do phase one, just do flotation, and still be very, very profitable. But
Right. Yeah.
but but the phase two for me is very interesting because the phase two is a second transformation. We're looking at different methods. There are a few methods that are possible, and my preference is for us to do a roaster, because in doing a roaster in country we would be the only one in the first one, and the country has a major need for sulfuric acid, which we would be producing with the sulfurs that we have in the ground. So I think it could be a win-win solution. We don't have it yet. We have to work on it. We have a team on that at the moment, but we could make this problem, if we can say, a positive outcome for the country, for the people, for us, and for recoveries of gold and silver.
Wow. Is it a simple, oxide, sulfide sort of, near surface oxides, lower grades,
Yep.
deeper sulfides that are
Yep.
refractory?
Yep.
So
It's
potentially,
it's
it
it's
potentially could start out as an open pit and then it moves underground.
so that it will start as an currently of the 352 million ounces of silver equivalent. One third is in open pit, and two-thirds is underground.
Wow. Okay. Is anything else you'd like to highlight?
Well, we did a little spin out. You saw MX2.
Yeah.
We created a little spin out with Rick Clark and Adam and Spencer, who were at Montage. And we've rolled out two of our assets. We will own 44% of the SpinCo, and we're putting a team into this, developing a pure gold company in Mauritania and in Morocco. I think it'll be very, very successful. And the financing was done very quickly, overnight. We did a very nice financing of 15 million in Spinco, and the team is now running this, and I expect Spinco to be 1 to 1.5 million ounces of gold at above 10 gram per ton in Morocco, and what you have in Mauritania,
Mauritania.
which is already 500,000 ounces of gold. Sorry, of gold.
Wow. Is it near Tassius?
It's a walking distance. No, it's very close to Tassius.
Wow.
Trucking distance.
Why didn't you issue that as a share dividend? Why didn't you send that out?
Because that's the agreement we've put together. We may in the future, but we want to let it simmer a little bit.
Okay.
Get this thing going. Keep control of it. We've put in there two very, very nice assets, and the one in Morocco could turn out to be a major discovery. So we want to be somehow part of it at 44%. We're very comfortable. And with Rick and Adam, it's like family. Rick and I go back 25 years when he was at Redback and I was at Semafo. We were looking many, many times to put the companies together.
Okay, excellent. So golden portfolio, we got Zgounder valued at a 623 now. Boumadine's worth, I'm valuing Boumadine at 3 times Zgounder based on the enormous resource and the tremendous economics and the double grade, which puts me at a target price of about $20 for you guys. You guys are only trading at $10. People that see the opportunity in Boumadine and in Zgounder, the profits are going to be flowing. It presents a compelling opportunity as the best way to be exposed to silver.
I agree. In no jurisdiction risk.
No jurisdiction risk.
No jurisdiction risk.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah, it's everywhere except for Morocco. Yeah,
precisely. It's everywhere. So no jurisdiction risk. Fantastic grade and management that's fully committed. We're all in. I'm all in, and no, it's I really like this opportunity. And that's why we're so busy. Between Beaver Creek and Denver, we had 70 meetings,
Yeah,
and we're going to Australia in 2 weeks. We're booked solid for days,
good.
and oh yeah, so no, it's very very busy, and people are looking for after the transaction with Silvercrest and Gatos. Of course, there's a lot of thinking here and reallocation of capital.
Yeah, yeah. I know it's getting interesting with the silver price creeping up, but you've been diligently building your business for years and years, and now you're able to, profit from the higher silver prices.
Absolutely, we're
Yeah,
very we're happy. We're in for the ride. We're gonna see where that takes us.
exactly.
I've never seen great assets in my life like this, all like stacked up. Zgounder, Boumadine, Zgounder Regional, and we if everything goes well, we could be announcing. We are always acquiring ground around where we are. We should continue to do that, throughout the year.
Good, amazing. You're excited.
I am.
I am too. All right, Benoit. Thanks for joining me today. We'll talk soon.
Thank you so much.
All right, we'll see you.